Our top story today from thegatewaypundit.com, an outraged Trump-supporting mom confronts and blasts a school for forcing a 17-year-old daughter to register to vote Democrat without her consent. We're covering this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. Welcome back to the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours in around 10 minutes. Our top story today comes from Jim Hoff from the Gateway Pundit, who reports, it turns out that a mother in Pittsburgh is furious after her 17-year-old daughter was pulled out of class and told to register to vote without her consent. To make matters worse, the school staff allegedly pushed a blatant political agenda, suggesting that if Donald Trump was elected, black people would be doomed. In a viral TikTok video, Kay Montana shared the distressing experience her daughter, Nyla, went through, claiming Pittsburgh public schools not only registered her to vote without her permission, but also subjected to political indoctrination. If you don't believe me on how bad it's actually getting these days, wait till you watch the video. Listen.
Before I start this video, I'm going to say this is a personal experience of mine, something me and my daughter is dealing with, and I have proof, just in case my video is deleted for no reason. I just want to put that out there. Today, my 17-year-old daughter was pulled out of class and was told she needed to register to vote. Not only was she told how to register, she was told who she should vote for, and these are her words, and I'm going to upload proof at the end of this video, and I'm coming with part 2 tomorrow, because why the fuck would y'all pull my daughter out of class telling her who to vote for? I am her mother, and I have yet to have this conversation with her about the upcoming election. I have not signed any consent forms telling y'all that my daughter can register to vote at school. I'ma just jump right into these screenshots. That's just it. Cause y'all played with the wrong mom. Here's the first page. I'ma leave this on for a couple seconds so y'all can read it. Talking about pissed. Telling my daughter who to vote for? You're right. And here's the second page. This is what we're doing. We're going to Pittsburgh public high schools telling children who to vote for. Let's make this make sense. I have never seen no shit like this in my life. I have never seen it. This is just like disgusting at this point.
Yeah, it's more than disgusting. You hear how upset she is? She's explaining the inevitable, saying, look, these people are trying to get my daughter to vote for somebody by pressuring her to register when she's not even old enough to vote. I don't even know if this is legal. Speaking of the devil, I'd like to read a crazy story to you guys. A Biden Commerce Secretary calls on Democrat supporters to deal with Trump. Let's extinguish him for good. Don't believe me, though. Watch the clip for yourself. It's absolutely heartbreaking that we're here as a country. Watch.
He says is the opposite. It's just another lie. Like, how did we get here? Let's extinguish him for good. We have an answer. We have a remarkably talented candidate who is sincere, who's pragmatic, who's open. Let's just get it done.
Extinguishing someone for good reminds me of taking the life out of their eyes. The Democrats have gone full-fledged from not, denying that they didn't want him dead to now just saying, let's take him out. Let's kill him. Let's remove him from the flock. It's rather damning to hear this kind of information, but I know that you're not surprised. Now, speaking of an update on Infowars, tragic, Infowars is set to be liquidated and auctioned off to help pay Sandy Hook families. Listen to this story. A bankruptcy judge approved Infowars to be liquidated and auctioned to help pay Sandy Hook families this November. In June, a bankruptcy trustee filed an emergency motion to shut down Infowars and Alex Jones' parent company, Free Speech Systems, and liquidate its assets. Earlier this year, a federal judge ordered the liquidation of Alex Jones' personal assets. Judge Christopher Lopez approved Alex Jones' request to convert a Chapter 11 business reorganization bankruptcy to a Chapter 7 personal bankruptcy. Alex Jones said he will continue his show through social media accounts or a new website. Quote, media platform and its assets will be sold off piece by piece in auctions this fall to help pay for the more than $1 billion he owes relatives of victims of the Sandy Hook elementary school shootings, under an order expected to be approved by a federal judge. U.S. bankruptcy judge Christopher Lopez in Houston said during a court hearing Tuesday that he will approve the auctions that start this November. But he said he must first change a previous order to make it clear that the trustee overseeing Jones' personal bankruptcy case controls all the assets of Infowars' parent company, Free Speech Systems, which is owned 100% by Jones. Despite the pending loss of its company, Jones vows to continue his talk shows through other means, possibly including a new website and his personal social media accounts. He also has suggested that Infowars assets could be bought by his supporters, allowing him to continue hosting his shows as an employee under the Infowars brand in the home city of Austin, Texas. The sell-off order under Lopez intends to approve would put Infowars' intellectual property up for auction on November 13th, including its trademarks, copyrighted material, social media accounts, and websites. Jones' personal social media sites, including his account on social media platform X, which has 2.8 million followers, would not be included. Now, we need to track where the money's coming from that's paying for this type of goods. The dark money. If it's not his friends that come together, I saw that Roger Stone is working to try to buy some of the intellectual property. Let's see what we can do in buying some of this stuff off and protecting the brand. Now, in other news, why would you cover that? Nancy Pelosi snaps when CNN's Jake Tapper airs footage of a harsh Trump criticism of Kamala Harris. This contention of wanting them not to ever talk good about Trump and always talk bad about him seems rather strange. Watch this interaction on CNN. Are they doing this because they care about the country, or probably the latter, which is that they just want ratings? Listen.
You hear from progressive voters, Democratic voters who say, as I hear from them on social media, the media made such a big deal out of Joe Biden's alleged cognitive problems. Why don't they talk about Donald Trump's cognitive problems? Well, Donald Trump talked about that just a second ago, and I want to get your reaction. Let's run that clip.
They laugh at us all over the world. They're laughing at us. And you know what they're really laughing at? Kamala, because they can't believe that she's going to be president. They can't believe. You talk about cognitive problems? She's got bigger cognitive problems than he has, in my opinion.
Donald Trump saying that Kamala Harris has bigger cognitive problems than Joe Biden.
Why would you even cover that? This is a person who's not on the level. He is their nominee for president. He is incompetent. Let's not even talk about the silliness of it all and the weirdness of it all and the assault on women that it is. We're not going to talk issues. Incompetent. The only thing he did as president, when he had the majority, was to pass a bill that gave 83 tax cut that gave 83 of the benefits to the top 1%, adding $2 trillion to the national debt. The worst job creation record of anybody president since Herbert Hoover.
Because of COVID, yes.
Well, it's not because of COVID. We put $3 trillion into the economy when he was president, working with and the Congress working together. We put $3 trillion into the economy. So don't blame it on. And what did he do with COVID? Denial and delay. Responsible for thousands and thousands of people dying. So if you're going to forgive his job record because of COVID, make sure you attribute many of those deaths to him as well.
Not forgiving anything, just noting the content.
Incompetent. Forget silly and crazy and crooked and all the rest. Incompetent.
Yeah, saying, why would you do that? Why would you put that out there? Why would you make Donald Trump look good? Well, maybe because people care to hear the truth, not just lies. Speaking of CNN's Scott Jennings rips Kamala Harris over a phony planned visit to the southern border. It's not going to work. The videos are quite long today, so I've just been playing them directly for you. You can read the rest of the stories at thegatewaypundit.com. Watch.
About this bill all the time. We are where we are. We showed the poll. She's down on this issue. Going to the border is not going to fix that. I don't know if you all have seen the video. There's this amazing video of her from a couple of years ago out chanting, down with mass deportation. Doug was right behind her chanting along. I mean, her views on this are so obvious. Going to rallies and chanting, running on it in 2019, 2020. I mean, we know where she is on immigration vis-a-vis Donald Trump. Going to the border is not going to change that. The American people are going to see him as tough on it, tougher than she will ever want to be on it. They don't trust Democrats on this issue because of the last 3.5 years, the day one executive orders, and then waiting until the shadow of an election to try to pay some lip service to it. It's not going to work. We argue about this bill all the time. We are where we are. We showed the poll. She's down on this issue.
Yeah, she's down on the issue. That's the key part. Now, if you like videos like this, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. And if you want to follow the stories or get more of the details, you can find those at thegatewaypundit.com. My name is Elijah Schaffer. Thank you so much for watching the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. Have a great rest of the week as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.